name is Felicity McShane, and today I represent the Clifton family as their funeral celebrant. Please ensure that your mobile phones are turned to silent for the duration of our time together. In a moment, we're going to be opening up our service with 2 songs specially dedicated for Kenny before our proceedings do begin. As we're all settling into the church, we're going to be listening to a song called Rise Up, and it's truly fitting that we all rise up together today in honour of our love for Kenny. In recognition and the traditions of Kenny's culture and heritage, it is custom for the Maori culture to welcome into the marae the spirit and the body of the person who has passed. The song that we're going to be listening to is Ture, and in this song, Kenny will be welcomed into this presence in one of the most powerful and spiritual of ways. Today we are holding accountable the life and the times of Kenneth Waki Clifton, and we acknowledge that his death was sudden, unexpected and traumatic for his family. Today we focus our time with Kenny and we share a very important moment together. United in our grief, we will be celebrating everything Kenny was to everybody in life.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we would take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. You
Two very beautiful songs. In honour of Kenny's life, Andrea will now be lighting a candle. This candle will be lit to recognise our sadness, our memories and our determination to honour the love we all experienced in many different ways with Kenny. Kenny, the pain of losing you is intense and the grief we feel is often hard to handle. We want you to know that we will miss you very much. There is so much that we will remember: your smile, your laugh, the good times and the bad ones, when we were angry and when we were happy. All those times that could never be lived with anyone else but you. We want you to know that this is how we will remember you. Knowing you has brought us strength. We're changed because of you, and your life has made a difference to our lives. We want you to know that we will take the energy of your living to help us move forward in our own lives. The specialness that we've all shared with you can never be replaced. Our love for you will shine as brightly as this candle. We'll pass that love on to the others that come and go, and as we do, our hearts will smile because you are with us. We want you to know that we will always love you. Welcome to this celebration of life for Kenneth Walkie Clifton, affectionately known as Kenny G, Kenny, Honey Bunny and Daddy. On behalf of Compassionate Funerals, Andrea, Francis and Cody, we welcome you to join us as we celebrate Kenny's life, share our overwhelming sadness that he's no longer here with us, and be with each other as we navigate our way through what will be an extremely difficult day and what has also been an extremely difficult past week for everybody here, but especially his family. I've been given the privilege to bring to life his character, to share his stories and offer you support and comfort during our time together this morning. Our hearts and condolences are with Kenny's family, to his beautiful wife Andrea, to his children Francis and Cody, to his mum Wendy and sister Tarina and family, his stepmum Grace, and to all of the other extended family. It is through their memories and perspectives that this service has been created with love and remembrance. Today we hold space together. We hold space in our heart and reserve a place forever with our interactions and love we have for Kenny. We hold space in our minds for thinking of ways in which we can live on and honour Kenny's memory. And we hold space for Kenny's family and the everyday reminders that will always surround them, so that Kenny's legacy will remain, passing his stories from one generation to the next. There is a memorial booklet at the light refreshments afterwards for everybody to sign. This booklet is for his boys so that they may see how many people came to love him in life. It is for them to see the many adventures and the outpouring of love from everybody toward Kenny. We ask everybody here to please take the time to write in this book before you leave here today. The family ask for a wish for Kenny's family, a promise for Kenny's boys, and a special memory that you can share with them of your own time with Kenny. This will be a beautiful keepsake for the boys to reflect on as they grow older. In front of me you can see Kenny's coffin. It's draped with traditional cloaks, a beautiful flower arrangement, and the candle burning brightly. At the entrance, Andrea had lovingly collected some of their family photos for display, and this sets a reminder of how precious our memories really can be, alongside his favourite fishing rod. Lovingly, carefully, and with great consideration to Kenny, Andrea and Tarina spent some time with Kenny, dressing him in his best outfit that best represented him in his great loves. He's dressed today in his fabulous fishing shirt, his comfy pants, and he's wearing his favourite pair of shoes with his mismatched laces. Black and white were his two favourite colours, and today he's been dressed especially for this occasion. Spending this time with him, the ladies were able to be with each other with their thoughts, comfort each other through their common love for Kenny, and comfort each other for the huge sense of loss that they all feel. We are called together to feel Kenny's love around us in the form of family and friendship, and realise how many lives his personality touched along the way. And you're all welcome to share your own stories and reflections with the family afterwards at the light refreshments. On behalf of Kenny's family, they thank you, they welcome you, and offer you their sincere gratitude for your support during such a difficult time. I thank you on their behalf for your presence and your support. It is very clear from the amount of people here today that the man that you have all come to honour will be very missed and is dearly loved. We are not alone. There are many people unable to be here in person for this farewell to Kenny, and they're tuning in via our live streaming technology that they're sharing with us. They're lending their support to Kenny's family and friends, and to honour him in their own very special way for themselves. It's with the fullest of intentions that we be present here and be together in our grief as we share our wonderful memories. As family and friends are united, we're able to lend our support to those most affected by Kenny's passing and to say our own farewell as we reflect on a life well lived. It is during our time together that I ask you to openly speak about your memories and recall your laughter and share your experiences that you've affectionately remembered with the family. There may be situations where you just can't find the right words to say, and that really doesn't matter. By being present and willing to listen to others' stories, you'll soon find yourself reminding each other of the importance of life, and maybe just for a fleeting moment, allowing yourself to laugh at the funny moments that you've also shared, the real emotional moments, and that's when you'll find the right words to say. The impact of Kenny's passing has greatly influenced the dedications that we'll be hearing and will feel during our time with each other. This is our moment to start saying our final farewell and start our own healing. You all have one very special gentleman that we are here to celebrate. As we reflect on how we know him, how he connected with each of us, we are constantly reminded that life is precious and should never be taken for granted. Kenny was a very proud, independent man and put his whole heart into everything he did, and this is reflected in his family values, work ethic and willingness to learn to be self-sufficient in the world around him. Kenny's stories will be told through a series of moving tributes and reflections. We have a number of speakers and tributes that will be following on from what I'm speaking at the moment, and we'll be reading out a lot of tributes from people that aren't able to be with us. Kenneth Walkie Clifton entered the world on the 27th of April 1982 at the Palmerston North Hospital in New Zealand, moving on and living in the family home in Levin. He was baby brother to Tarina and the only son to Bill, who is no longer with us, and Wendy. Growing up, Kenny was always known, in Wendy's terminology, as being a shit of a kid. Always challenging the rules, non-conforming to the school institutions as such, and as his parents had separated, his time was spent living between New Zealand with his mum and moving to Australia to live with his dad and stepmum Grace, not once but a few times over the years. Grace also agreed to this description of Kenny, challenging the authority, being disobedient in the home and sometimes disrespectful as he adjusted to his teenage ways. It can be noted that Kenny did have a very strong family guiding and supporting him, and eventually he soon figured out that he wasn't going to get away with very much. He realised that living in Australia wasn't all that bad after all, and it gave him an opportunity to turn his life around, and he did just that. In life, Kenny took on many roles. He was a son, brother, cousin, nephew, husband, dad, friend, fishing buddy and workmate. By the age of 22, he had met and fell in love with Andrea, and the love of his life, marrying her on the 25th of August 2012 on the beach in Caloundra, one of their favourite places to visit, singing a version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow to her as she made her way down the aisle as a surprise. He had a beautiful gift in his singing. Establishing their life and their home together, Kenny and Andrea tried for a family of their very own, and eventually they welcomed a beautiful little boy, Francis, into their world. When Andrea found out she was actually pregnant, Kenny made her do multiple tests just to be sure. They'd enjoyed some heartache in the lead up to having a baby, but it was pure magic when they became parents. A few years later, they welcomed their second child, Cody, and their little family was complete. Kenny could not have been prouder as a man, as a dad, and as a husband. For Kenny, family was everything. He knew the way he conducted himself as a role model for his boys would be the strength of his character. He was surrounded by very strong-minded family members who were always supportive of him, and in return his loyalty and his fierce protection of his family and friends shone through. Kenny has always loved his fishing. I think that's a bit of an understatement from what I've heard. It's become more of a hobby, and then it became a passion in his life. It was downtime with his mates, it was teaching his boys, it was quiet time to reflect and listen to the soulful tunes. Whatever was happening, when he was fishing, there was always a story to go with it. By far the biggest achievement for Kenny in life was his family, his friendships and his work ethic. He's most admired for being a big friendly teddy bear, an amazing dad who always told his boys how proud he was of their milestones, artwork and everyday achievements. How affectionate and passionate in life he was towards his wife. His work ethic. He worked extremely hard to provide for his family, and we can't forget his man cave, the pride and joy room in his home. No one ever thought that on a normal day, just like any other, that Kenny wouldn't come home from work. But that's exactly what happened to Andrea and the boys. On the 2nd of June, while working in Cooperoo, just doing his normal routine job as a traffic controller, Kenny had a fall after experiencing a silent heart attack. The paramedics and his workmates worked tirelessly to bring Kenny back to us, and Andrea had a call and she was able to be there for his final moments and was able to hold his hand. Kenny has left behind a legacy of knowledge, love and happiness that will transpire the ages of time. His legacy will now remain with his family, and from what I've been told, there are plenty of stories to recall as the years go by and share with the boys. Kenny will never be forgotten, his memory will never fade, and the love that you all have for him will never go away. He is with you today, he is with you always, and today Kenny takes his place in our history. Kenny's story is going to be presented today in a timeline of reflections, and I'm going to ask his mum Wendy to please come and join us and present her special dedication.
My baby boy, even not so small when he was born, at 9 pound 8, with wide shoulders even then. Ouch. My mother took him to kindy one day. They had the cat to take the cat, Dino, which we called Fat Cat, 2-stone cat, for pet day. Their photo even got into the local paper as it was the largest cat they'd ever seen. And you can imagine a 2-stone cat jumping up on your bed in the middle of the night. Between the age of 8 to 10, he ended up with 36 stitches. From climbing the tin fence, 20 stitches, riding motorbikes, on the swing at school, etc. When the doctor was stitching up his leg from the fence, he says, "Hey doc, move your hand, I can't see what you're doing." As he grew and grew, he collected many friends, and even then at 15, 6'2", size 13 boot, he thought he was bulletproof. Both his and Tarena's friends were told If Mum's eyes turn green, run. But since I would come home and find about 20 push bikes lying on the back lawn, I'm not sure if they really believed them. But he was the bestest son anyone could ever wish for. Because he also contrived with a friend of mine and set me up with my soulmate, Neil. He thought I needed someone, and it was perfect. I was so happy when he told me that you guys were getting married, and then so excited to hear that he was going to be a dad. Thank you, son, for getting me two beautiful grandsons that you've gifted to me. I will watch over them always. I love you, son.
I'm now going to invite Tarina and husband Hayden, who are going to share their special dedications.
Kia ora whanau.
Morning.
I didn't write anything. That's
Nothing.
just coming from here, and I've been told I'm not allowed to swear. But, the words, just can't explain it.
It's all self-explanatory.
It's all here,
It's all here.
and it's just my little brother. I don't know what to say. He's up there with everyone else. The 2nd of June is a very important date for us. Our grandmother passed away on the same day. So she took him on the same day. Yeah, me and my brother fought a lot, but he would never say it's not a fault. It's just my fucking sister, you know? And I'll be just like, you know, you get off that plane, man, I'm gonna smash you. I always said to Mum, I was like, whatever you do, Mum, don't fucking bring him to work. You know, don't surprise me. I don't like surprises. I'm organised. I like to be well organised. But yeah, he rang me up for my birthday and he goes, oh, sorry, I'm 2 weeks late. I was like, well, that don't surprise me. And he goes, no, I was sitting on the toilet and I seen the date. You know, 19th of January is my birthday, and he rings me up. He goes, oh yeah, sorry sis. Oh, I'm just like, you fuckhead. Come on. But he's always rang me for my birthday. It's just one of those things. And then I actually rang him on the right date. Yeah, so I was quite proud of myself. But I drove trucks and we lost signal. And then he was like, ugh. And then I was, oh, I'll ring you back just to say bye. So it's, yeah, I'm the older sister. You know, shouldn't have to do this to my little bro. But I see all the love.
Best thing he ever did was move here.
Yeah, that was
Best
the best thing that he did was move here. You know, live in, it's a beautiful town, but it just wasn't suited for him. It wasn't big enough.
Wasn't big enough. It's not big enough.
So, thank you.
But thank you.
Thank you guys.
Cheers.
I just have to say one thing, Andrea. Fuckhead. Because that's what he used to call me.
Cheers. Thank you.
Now going to invite Grace to come and share with us her special dedication.
Firstly, I want to thank my God for giving me Kenny. I never had any children of my own, but when I met his dad, he showed me a photo of his two children, Charlie, which is Terina, and Kenny. I always wanted to meet someone, because I didn't have children, I wanted to meet someone who had a child so I can have a child in my life that anything happened to me, he or she will be there for me. We left Papua New Guinea and came down to Australia after a year. Kenny came over to visit us when he was 12 years old. At the airport, he saw me and he went and hid behind his dad and he said, "Dad, she's black." I was new to Australia too, so I didn't know what to do. But I thought, this black little woman will make you love it. Anyway, I want to thank Wendy for giving me a family. Okay, now when I look, Kenny, she sent Kenny over to me. When he was 12, he had to go back, come back at 13, go back, and he came back at 15, and he remained in Australia with me. And then he met Andrea, and he gave me two beautiful, handsome boys, my boo-boos, grandsons. And also, Andrea has a big family, and Kenny, to have a big family, I'm not alone. I have a big family, and I thank God for that. Thank you for coming, and Kenny, I love you with my heart. We had a fallout after you wedded Andrea, but I will always be here for our boo-boos, for my boo-boos. Thank you. Thanks.
I'm going to read out some tributes that have come through for us now, and this one's from Sam Bushby. Kenny Walkie Clifton, you have been my favourite and most consistent person in my life for 18 years. From the moment I met you, we became fast friends and I loved you so much. You are my big brother, best friend and most fiercest protector. The biggest teddy bear, the most comforting, lovable, often frustrating and supportive person. When we fought, it lasted 30 minutes and the anger couldn't last long. You were forgiving and could never hold a grudge. So many hilarious times, so many laughs, beers and some dumb decisions. I've laughed more with Kenny than anyone else in my life. One time, he almost burnt down our house. He'd put a cheap t-shirt over a lamp, filling the house with toxic smoke, making it unbearable to live in for weeks after the smell. If you were unfortunate enough to have heard Kenny snore, it's a sound you will never forget. Loud enough to rattle the windows and wake you in a fright from the other side of the house. It's the silly things that made everyone love him the most. But also so many times you were my shield of all things I couldn't deal with. You were my saviour and a pain in the arse at the same time. I'm so honoured to be your godmother to your babies, and I will carry that responsibility with me forever. It wasn't supposed to be like this, and it shouldn't be like this. And I can't believe you are gone. It doesn't feel real, but so heartbreaking at the same time because I know it is. So many flashes from fun times to now, it breaks me every time I realise I won't see you again, hear your big belly laugh, or get one of your amazing big hugs. It hurts even more to know your amazing wife and kids will be without their rock from this moment on. I can't and don't think I'll ever reconcile this. I will be forever grateful that I was able to have such a big piece of you, because everything you did always meant so much to me. You mean so much to me. You are the best friend, husband, father and son. I will love you forever. And this next dedication is from Kate, Daryl and their 3 girls. Big Kenny G, you were there from the start for Daryl and I and never left. Always the one to turn up to help out when we were moving and something needed fixing, or more often than anything else, when Daryl wanted to go fishing. Daryl and Kenny have gone fishing again became a regular conversation between Andrea and I, and over the years they became inseparable. One was never far from the other, and when you saw Daryl, Kenny was a few steps behind and vice versa. The friendship they created was solid. Kenny was like one of the family, rarely missing a celebration or gathering, especially if there was a hungy or trifle involved. His big heart loved kids. He loved our 3 girls and Daryl's nieces and nephews like his own. And that kind of love is something we will always be forever grateful for. That kind of love is rare. The support and love he continued to provide us, despite our family circumstances changing, showed us the incredible person he was. Kenny, thank you for being there for us no matter what, and showing us the true meaning of friendship. Our children will grow up reminding and remembering Uncle Kenny G as the one they could always count on, Dad's best mate that was always there for them with a big smile and an even bigger hug. And of course, the one that Dad was always going out fishing with. We are all so sad you're gone, but the memories we have will never fade. We will make sure that our children grow up together, sharing stories and keeping our memories alive. Our hearts still ache with sadness and many tears will still flow. What it meant to lose you, only a few will ever know. We hold you close within our hearts, and there you will remain, to walk with us throughout our lives until we meet again. Rest easy, forever in our hearts, Daryl, Kate and the girls. And then Daryl added, I'm still lost for words, bro. My best mate and fishing partner gone. I will never be the same without you. Thanks for the memories. I'm going to miss you so much. Until we meet again, rest in peace, bro. I'm now going to invite Luke Emlyn Jones to please come and share a family dedication on behalf of Melissa, Madonna, Lynn and Paul.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Luke. I'm Kenny's brother-in-law, and the words I read today have been written with love by Melissa, Madonna, Lynn and Paul. Kenny was first introduced into our family 17 years ago. Andrea had only been dating him a short time when he showed up to our parents' house on his very loud dirt bike. It was so loud that when Kenny was leaving that night, he had to walk it round the corner just so not to wake Lynn and Paul, who had gone to bed, and half the neighbourhood for that matter. Kenny was very much a gentle giant. He was a larger-than-life person in more ways than one. His smile, his energy, and the love that he had for Andrea was evident, and we welcomed him into our family with love and open arms. When Kenny became part of our family, our parents embraced him as one of us, and he brought with him so much laughter and happiness. We will treasure those precious memories that he gave us for the rest of our lives. Some of our fondest memories and most favourite memories are those of his loud and infectious laugh. The way he took such joy in bomb diving into one of the many pools that we would have at Christmases and making everyone around him absolutely drenched will always be loved. Kenny would put on some of the most wonderful feasts, and most especially he introduced the Grady family to the hungy. He would spend days preparing it, and he would always go all out in making sure that it was just right. And it was in seeing the true joy that it brought to everyone that was reward enough, as he absolutely loved to entertain our family and friends and share his family traditions. Our parents always knew how much Kenny truly appreciated their love and their unwavering support with everything that they did for them, and most importantly with regards to looking after the boys. Kenny was never too far away from one of us when anyone needed a hand, from moving house even in the pouring rain, to helping Paul around the house and in the yard, checking on our houses when we were away, and even the odd 2 a.m. airport pickup. Kenny, you made Andrea the happiest person, and for that we will always love you. You loved her for who she was, loud, crazy, no filter, you loved her. You became parents together, and you made her a mum, which was something that she'd so longed for. And the day that you became a dad, we all saw a beautiful new side to you. We watched you become such an incredible father to Francis and Cody. The love you had for your boys was endless, and we loved all the traditions you shared with them and the memories that you created. Most importantly, your love for fishing. You had wonderful memories of this time with your own dad, and you were so excited and proud that you could share that memory with your own boys. Kenny, We promise to look after Andrea and watch over Francis and Cody as they grow into young men. We promise to make sure that they know how much you love them and how you are such a treasured part of our family. We will always be there for them today, tomorrow, and always.
There are so many people, and it's in moments like this that we really can't find the words to say. And all I can say is that you've got some beautiful memories to share. Some of the tributes were wonderful, and I really hope that you can find comfort in those words. If there's anyone else here that would like to present a dedication to Kenny, please come and join me now.
Hello everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Dave. I was lucky enough to meet Kenny some 20 years ago, and from that day, me and him were inseparable for many, many years. We lived together, we worked together, we partied together, we learnt along the way. We started a business together, and neither of us had a clue on what we were doing, in all honesty. But it was a landscaping business, and our first job that we got was a huge contract at this mansion of a house. Kenny and I rocked up with a shovel and a wheelbarrow, and we went, what are we doing? We literally learnt things on the job. If we had YouTube, then we would have been all right, but literally it was just me and Kenny looking at each other. You know what you're doing? No, bro. You know what you're doing? No, bro. I remember we had to order a load of mulch, bark for the garden, and we had no clue of measuring, so we just looked at it and went, yeah, just give us 2-3 metres. When that rocked up, it was the biggest pile of bark I'd ever seen in my life. And Kenny and I just looked at each other and we said, well, get the shovel, get the barrow, and that was us. We'd just go. He was a beast of a man when it came to work. There was no job that he would ever shy at. There's no one that he would never help. He'd always make the time for anyone. It didn't matter who you were. He'd make that time and he'd put in that effort. I've never known anyone to work as hard as Kenny. The other thing he's known for is bringing people together, and it's so great to see so many of us here today, because this is what Kenny's about. Kenny brings people together. He attracts people. His smile and his laugh is so infectious. He's just someone that you want to be around. He's a great man. He'd be sadly missed. There's so many things that I wanted to say, but I got up here and said nothing of what I've got written down. I'm sitting there and I'm concerned as to what exactly I'm going to talk about, but as things come up, I guess I just speak them, and that's the way I feel. But I did write something for Kenny. I wrote a short poem that I'm going to share with you today. And by no means am I a poet, but I was planning to just write this and read this out and that'd be done, but there's just so many things that I can say about this man. I'll try and get through it best I can. Kenny Wacky Clifton, you are my brother. There is no one else like you, not a single other. You and I go right back to just over 20 years. Now I stand here today and I'm reduced to tears. You and I together have been through a lot. So much I remember, so much I forgot. Not once had I asked and your answer was no. You were always so happy to go with the flow. We started out quiet and then it got real loud. It even got a bit messy, but I am still so proud. I'm proud of you for your boys and your beautiful wife. You're so lucky to have had them as part of your life. You would always stand tall to protect those that you love. I'm sure this will continue as you look down from up above. You were always the one there, right from the start. But even though you're gone, you'll live on in my heart. I'm so thankful for the time that we had together. I'll miss you, my bro, forever and ever. So it's goodbye for now until we meet again. I'll never forget you, Kenny, my lifelong best friend. Thank you.
For someone that's not a poet, that was amazing. I'm now going to ask Andrea to come up and share a very special dedication to Kenny.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he is. Oh, but you want me to pick you? Okay, you hold Minnie's hand. You hold Don's hand.
What can I say about my honey bunny? I met him when I was 20 and I knew I liked him immediately. We enjoyed going out together, dancing, drinking and spending time with friends at parties. He was a protector of all, loving, fun, kind and honest. We had some beautiful memories together, going camping on the beach with friends, four-wheel driving, lots and lots of Caloundra holidays, going overseas together to New Zealand to visit his family and to Bali. He loved adventures. Kenny was welcomed into my family with open arms, and I was with his. The love my family gave to him over these past 17 years has been amazing, and he knew he was treated like a part of the family. You want to point? As the years went on, our love grew and we knew we were going to get married. Kenny even told his dad where he was going to propose to me before he passed. Our wedding day was one of the happiest days in our lives, surrounded by the most amazing people, family and friends. We were truly happy. Then came Francis and Cody. We prayed and hoped for years to be blessed with babies, and Kenny's ultimate role in life was finally becoming a dad. It was finally realised. You loved teaching your boys how to fish, how to ride their bikes, read books, and sing songs. Watching your bond you created with them was so strong, and you were so proud of them and the men that they will grow into one day. I promise you I will look after our boys. I promise you I will make you proud. I promised you that they will be brave and strong just like their daddy. I know you're watching over us and will keep us safe and protected, just like you would if you were still here today. I love you, honey bunny, forever and ever. Thank you.
As I looked around the room at some of the reactions of the stories, it's very clear that Kenny shared some amazing times with you all. Through the tears and the laughter, you are reminded of such beautiful memories. Cherish the special times. Cherish your memories as they come flooding back to you. Kenny's always with you through these special memories. He's in your hearts and minds. He's in the faces of his family members and in the stories that will leave a lasting impression for the generations to follow. I now ask you to please pause for a quiet reflection as Kenny's family reveal to us some of the happy memories of him over the years. Think of him as you remember, of the experiences that you've shared together and the influence that he held in your life. This display has been lovingly created by his family.
For all I've been blessed with in my life, there was an emptiness in me. I was imprisoned by the power of God. With one kind touch you set me free. Let the world stop turning, let the sun stop burning, let them tell me love's not worth going through. If it all falls apart, I will know deep in my heart the only dream that mattered had come true. Life, I was loved by you. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you did to, oh why can't well, I see trees of green and red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dream that you dare to, why, oh why can't
That's a beautiful tribute. I invite anyone who has brought some flowers or mementos to present to Kenny to please step forward now and say your final goodbyes by placing these items with his coffin. I'm now going to ask everybody to please stand. Kenneth Kenneth Walkie Clifton, in dedication to you, the life you lived and the legacy you leave behind. We commit your body for cremation and to say our final goodbye. As long as we can dream and as long as we have our memories, we will think of you often. As long as we have our hearts to feel and our imaginations, we will always remember you. It is time for us to learn to live in a world without you physically here, remaining in our memories and hearts forevermore. It is time for us to comfort one another in our grief and to share our stories, so that you may live on through the generations to follow. Kenny, those who loved you will miss you more than words can say, and your memories will always be cherished. You are the bright new star in the sky, shining down, watching over us and reminding us of the light of your life. Although we are so sad that we've lost you, we're forever grateful that we get to share so many wonderful experiences with you. With love and with tender care, we return your body to the elements from which you came. We are forever thankful that Kenny lived a full life and shared with us such a rich love with us all. We hold a very special memory of his family life, his friendships, and now his place in history. We hold Henny in the highest regards possible through our love for him. Please be seated. Kenny's passing will continue to impact Andrea, Francis and Cody for many years to come. The many milestone moments, the first special holidays without him, the birthdays, the everyday moments and reminders around their family home are all there to comfort and remind Kenny's family of their special time together. With Kenny's passing, his boys and Andrea are the main focus of everyone's attention. It's very important for this family to unite together in solidarity, to protect each other and to ensure Kenny's hopes and dreams for his future can continue to grow, just the way Andrea and Kenny had planned. Making the decision to have children, it's momentous. It is to decide forever to have your heart go walking outside of your body. Kenny's greatest achievement was being the best husband, father and son that he could be to his family. Andrea and the boys were the centre of his universe and brought so much happiness, joy and unconditional love to his life. They did absolutely everything together, and their time together has been described as being completely magical. As family united, we promise to help you to continue the dreams that you shared with Kenny. Andrea, we promise to support your decisions as you raise your beautiful boys to become the men Kenny would wish for. We promise to always be there to protect, guide and nurture you and your family for the rest of our own lives. Only then we will truly appreciate the life and legacy that Kenny has left behind. Kenny lived his life by doing everything that made him happy, and he's now gone fishing. The family have asked me to read this poem. Gone fishing. I've finished life's chores assigned to me, so put me on a boat headed out to sea. Please send along my fishing pole, for I've been invited to a fishing hole. Where every day is a day to fish, to fill your heart with every wish. Don't worry or feel sad for me, I'm fishing with the master of the sea. We will miss each other for a while, but you will come and bring your smile. That won't be long until we see each other again, till we're together, you and me. To all of those that think of me, be happy as I've gone to sea. If others wonder why I'm missing, just tell them I've gone fishing. We honour Kenny's memory by the following promises: to treat our family and friends with the same way that Kenny did, with a caring heart and an honest interaction, to move through life with a quick wit, generous laugh and a brilliant smile, and the commitment to holding our hearts open to allow others into our lives with the full intention of honouring and continuing Kenny's legacy. My wish for you all is that some way here today you have found example, comfort and experience as you search your own memories. May everyone find support and comfort in your love for one another, and may you find peace in your hearts knowing that Kenny is infinitely available to us. In a few moments, Kenny will be taking his final journey. I'm going to be asking everybody to stand, and outside we'll be forming a guard of honour before he is finally taken to his final resting place. The family will be sending Kenny off with a traditional haka. You're welcome to stay on for light refreshments afterwards and to share your own experiences and to write in the memorial booklet. This concludes our service today, and on behalf of the family, thank you very much for your support and ongoing love you've provided this family. Rest in peace, Kenneth Walkie Clifton.
Ooh. voice in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I? Oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like a lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where